So I was on this course, and actually one of the surprises of this course is meeting Lisa, and in some ways Lisa was the person that I was looking for more than what I got out of the course, so to speak. I have a successful business, been running it for 18 years, near enough 18 years. We're designers of hotels, and what's very clear in my world, and particularly that of designers, I would say, is that we're all trained very well as designers, but the business aspect of it doesn't necessarily come natural to most. I now have an 18 to 20 man business, and it's a very different beast. And although over the last few years I've had a number of consultant coaches, we brought people in to help us. At the end of the day, they do their work, they come in, they assess, and they leave me with a report saying, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. The problem is I already knew all of those things. And probably because of the world I grew up in, the design world, none of the businesses I'd ever worked for was doing those things. So I've had no knowledge of how, for example, how to incentivize your senior staff. How do you create the management team to work efficiently and communicate well? I knew all these things needed to happen, as in coaches had told me, and I knew that anyway. But what I really needed was someone to implement them, somebody to sit there with me and say, Phil, this is not what you need to do, this is how you actually do it. So it's not what I need to do, it's actually to know how to do it. We were put into groups of 7, and she was on my table, and it was very clear on day one, I need a Lisa. I need a CEO. A CEO is the person who, within my business, would be the systems person to actually create the systems that these people are advising that I need. Because when you've got a 0 to 12 person business, you tend to, as the entrepreneur, you tend to be very hands-on, and you're doing everything. But as you grow, you need to step back from a lot of things, and therefore how to systemize and incentivize. Yes, I knew all that I needed to do all of that, but it was the actual steps in the processes that I needed, which is more operations than it is coaching. So hence, when Lisa was talking about what she does for a living, it seemed the perfect fit. I just knew straight away, and also we got on like a house on fire, so it was a very easy fit to try and, to ask her to come and work with us, to assess my business again, which is what she had to do to get to understand it, but she came to the same conclusions as me, which is that it's the systems that she needs to put into place in order to move us to the next level of business, which would ultimately allow me to step back more from my business and let others take more control, which is what I want to do. For me, my business couldn't grow anymore without systems in place. So we were winning lots of work, but my senior leadership as employees, not entrepreneurs, they don't have a natural tendency to make clear business decisions, and hence, expecting individuals to do it rather than creating like a management team that's supportive and where they can feed back ideas to each other and myself as the managing director. It seemed the most, at the highest level of the business, the systems all the way through that needed to be implemented. But what that does is start the beginning of a structure. And importantly as well, I think, and this is true, I'm sure, for most small businesses going up to the next level, is that ultimately the staff, what they were asking for when I draw down on it, is that they wanted to understand their own career paths. So we looked at every level of individual within the business as a first job. Well, there's 2 major jobs to start with. One, creating a working management team, which there's 4 of us, and then looking at all the individual job descriptions and making them absolutely clear so every person within the business knows their job role and what they need to do in order to get to the next level. So that just creates a structure, so there's a major understanding. I mean, ultimately, when push comes to the shove, the real issue in most businesses, as is mine, is communications, which is what this system is all about. Just creating a structure of communication Everybody understands their role and how to perform well, what the incentive is and how they get to the next level and how they ask the right questions. The concerns for me, nothing to do with Lisa, but actually to do with what the reaction of staff when you bring somebody in like a Lisa, like a coach, or in this case an acting CEO, because people get comfortable and people fear change, actually, is what you can see. So although they want the change, they also fear the change. So it's like a chicken and an egg scenario. What I must say that I've been surprised at was I don't want to say unsure, I want to actually say unaware that she would even do this, is be completely open and available to the staff. So anytime anyone's got a concern, they can go to Lisa and have a chat with her, or individually or as a group. She's been very available outside of the dedicated times that we obviously structured into our program. She's always making herself available to anybody who's got a concern, so she can address their concerns on a very one-to-one level. You know, having an outside perspective, not just from our own professional point of view, but from actually how businesses work in the real world, all other types of businesses. The fact that they can hear that from somebody who's not me gives them a certain confidence that what I say is not just about for my benefit, but actually it's a process that we've considered and thought through and made then clear choices to hopefully create a more healthy business for growth. You know why? I mean, at the end of the day, I recommend Lisa because she's doing a great job. She doesn't hold back. And at the end of the day, I need to be answerable to somebody, just like all my staff are answerable. You know, and it's like, if I'm going to do this process, there's no point in hiring somebody who's going to just advise me and not make sure that I see it through. Because, you know, otherwise I just fall back into the trap of not getting what I want. So at the end of the day, I've suggested to Lisa what I want out of this at the end of a year process, which would be for me to have a certain more time to be not in my business. So the goal is for us that the business should run more without me than with me in a year's time, or in a year from when we started. And we've actually suggested what that might be. That might be for starting off as working 4 days a week after 6 months, and then maybe only working 3 days a week after 12 months. But so we have a real goal there to get the business operating, in particularly the senior most team. So in order to achieve that, I have to listen and take the feedback and be prepared for the feedback that Lisa has. And sometimes it's difficult. We're opening the floor in many cases for the staff, Lisa to be critical and the staff to give feedback. Because if they can't give feedback, we can't learn. So it is a very internal process as well. Because no one's perfect, no one can get it all right, and I don't think I am. And I'm certainly open to suggestion because I know that the business can't be about me anymore, and hence it requires someone like Lisa, or Lisa in this case. So yeah, it's been great working with her. She is what she says on the tin, basically. I think it's really important as a businessman who's got a small business. It's probably the same. I mean, I can't talk for bigger businesses, but I just know the small business world, you know, 0 to 12, 20 staff, that, you know, it's very clear to me that the businesses change as you move forward, as you grow. You know, your skills that you need for a 0 to 10 man business change to the skills you need from a 10 to 20, and probably change again once we become 20, 30, 40. And as the owner manager and the person that still my business is very focused on, which is probably the case of many small businesses, I'm absolutely aware that unless you form great partnerships with people like Lisa and let them in and let them help you, you're never going to change, and things won't change and you'll never grow. And so I'm really trying to create an environment where this business can stay healthy and give me rewards for however long, even when I'm not working in it. And hence, I could only recommend that bringing in Lisa, it's a highly rewarding experience to work with someone who can really help make a difference in your business.